All right, so I had lots of turkey yesterday. Went to Cabela's and spent money this morning. And now the slave driver here has insisted that I need to start building this bedroom so that there's somewhere for our two kids to sleep when they're here for a month over Christmas break in 2.5 weeks. So getting ready, going to start framing the walls out here. First thing I have to do, right? This frame for this utility room was already here. But for some reason, they left some tails on these top and bottom plates on this back wall that are sticking out here that are in my way for building out this new wall, because they also have this wall a couple inches away from the cement wall, which, I mean, I can see how you'd want it not up against it, but it's wasting a bunch of space, so I'm not going to put it that far out. So I need to cut these tails off. That's the first step to getting ready to measure to build the back wall here, which we're going to build on the floor and then stand up because toe nailing sucks. And obviously, that's generally a problem with clearance, but I think I have a plan. I'm going to put two top plates on, even though it's not load bearing, but I'm going to put one on, nailed to the trusses, and then I'm going to build the wall 1.5 inches short so I can stand it up in the middle of the room and then slide it over underneath that top plate and nail it to that. And in theory, that should all work wonderfully. In practice, we'll see. Off the top, but then I have to guess where the right place is. That's pretty good. This one's gonna be cement flooring. All right, next task to deal with is the fact that this joist is like 6 inches out from the wall. So if I put my wall where I want it, there's nothing to attach the top to. And if I bring it the whole way out to attach to the joist, we're going to lose like 4 inches of space for no good reason. So we're going to take this 2x4x10 and sister it up against the inside of the joist here and at least give us another 1.5 inches of space to work with on the closer to the wall to attach the wall that we're going to build to. All right, so got that 2x4 in there. At least gets us a little closer to the wall. Not wasting so much space. So that's ready to go. We're going to start building this wall with the window first. So I'm going to measure the length of the rooms. This is about 12 by 12, but not quite. It's gonna measure. I'm gonna measure, cut the top and bottom plates, and I think the 2x4s should be almost good the way they are, because it's a little over 8 feet down here. So, but we'll see. I'll get one, the top one nailed up and measure down. See what we got. All right, so now we got the top sill cut. We're gonna put it up here along the joist with about a 1/2 inch gap between it and the cement. Now we're ready to start building framing out the wall underneath. My nail gun seems to have an air leak, so I gotta fill my compressor and then connect it. So compressor's gonna start running pretty soon after I plug it in. So we'll mute the volume. If I can close the thing. Did we hold it up there? You said it was good.
Well, I think it's not getting high enough. Like it fits, it just won't get high enough. Wait, it's not fitting because of the
What?
because of the insulation. If we could give it a little bit of this corner insulation, it'll fit.
All right. Stand by. All right. Take 2. Hey, too much balloon or foam insulation in here. Now Kim's trying to kill me. Not the first time. All right. Moment of truth. First wall built on the floor after lots of measurements. Something isn't straight. I don't know whether it's I don't think it's the floor because the window is even with the floor, but the joists and the top of the foundation are not straight. So there's about an inch difference between this side and that side. So we built this at the height of the shortest one, and we're just going to shim it where on this side where it's there's a gap, hopefully. So here we go. Kim, what's your thoughts? Is it going to fit?
It's gonna work.
All right, we're going to stand it straight up where it is, and then we're going to have to like widen it back a little bit. All right, well, the good news, it stands up straight. Didn't hit the ceiling or the joists on the way up. Now let's see if it fits under the top plate that I put in there. Definitely should on this side. This side might take some persuading. It's fairly close. Let's get up there and see what we can persuade it with a big screwdriver.
Screwdriver or hammer?
Big screwdriver is a hammer. Well, I think we could. All right, so one wall done. It's actually pretty straight, pretty plumb. Pretty well framed around the window. And the window's set in the concrete, so I don't need to build anything to support it. It's just the blocks to frame it out, so we can put the drywall and the trim and stuff around it. So. All right, so one wall done. Two sides left. All these will a little bit more because, as you can see, there's ductwork up here on this side. So on this side, I need to come down around that a little bit, and then this side. Well, basically, I just need to build a bulkhead around that altogether, in addition to putting a wall up. And then we're going to have a closet there where Kim's standing in. She's currently in the closet. And so I got to build that too. But I don't know. I mean, pretty happy with how that went. I was hoping that that would work, building the wall that way as opposed to trying to toenail it in place. And yeah, I think it was definitely the way to go. So I can start measuring for this wall over here. And then figure out whether I'm going to build the wall first or build the bulkhead first. So stay tuned. All right, so end of day one of the bedroom project. We got 2 walls framed, mostly. Still have to put the anchor screws in the bottom and the sill plates, but other than that, they're good, ready to go. So we got this wall left, which is going to have a door in it to get in the room. This is going to be a closet over here with a doorway there too. And then we're going to have to build out a little bulkhead around this duct right here. And then the framing will be done. And then we'll pull some electric cable for some outlets and light switches. There's already a light in here. Just need to put it on its own switch because right now it's on the same switch with every other light down here. But yep, put some outlets in and start putting insulation in. Hopefully tomorrow we'll be at least started on the insulation, if not through it. So that will be good. Hopefully Kim will be less cranky then, because she'll think that there's somewhere for her children to sleep when they come visit. So we'll see you tomorrow.
Give us a check-in on how it's going today, Chris.
All right, well, we got the front wall done there, and the opening and the doorway framed. That was a little trying because somebody made me measure last night when I was tired, so we could go first thing today. Measurements were not accurate, so the wall was maybe like 3/8 of an inch too high to fit under the beam. So I had to take it down and use a planer to plane 3/8 or 1/4 inch off the top of the sill plate, the top plate, and yeah, that took a long time. So now we're just doing this last little part, which should be the back wall of the closet. I got to do the front and side wall of the closet, and then I got to figure out what to do about this duct work. But I'm not completely sure we're gonna have enough 2x4s left to do that. So this is what's left after we finish the closet.
Still feeling optimistic about wiring today.
Time wise, yes. Energy wise, not so sure. Our door is in there, so I gotta pick it up. Well, whatever. Tomorrow, probably. All right, end of day 2. So basically, shockingly, did not get as far as we wanted to, but had some issues with measuring. But so we got all the framing done essentially for the walls. So the 2 we did yesterday, closed in the other wall with the door and the closet that we're going to put in here. Still need to put the anchor screws in the sill plates. I got to find the Tapcon screws that I bought for that, and then we still need to box in this, or put a bulkhead around this ductwork. I think I have a plan for that, but this bit of plumbing that goes to an outdoor faucet, for some reason they ran tacked to the bottom of the joist instead of going through the joist like they did with the power lines. So it's in the way of that and of the ceiling. So I need to go get some stuff because I have lots of PEX holes and fittings, but they're all like crimp or cinch fittings for PEX B, and this is all PEX A. So I need to go buy an expansion tool and some fittings and some piping, and just put a hole through those 4 joists and move that up above, and then frame that out. So I have to go to the store tomorrow, pick up the door for the room and a door for the closet, because we had one, but it turned out it's too big for the size of closet that we were able to build. So we're going to use that for a different doorway down here, but I need to get a smaller one, and I can get this PEX stuff, and then I don't know, we're going to lunch and to see a movie tomorrow with Alex and Katie, so I'm not sure how much we'll get done after I have to drive over to the store and come back, but if not, we'll get worked on it the next day. I also got the outlet and switch boxes installed, so that's a little bit of progress. So we get the rest of this framing done around the bulkhead, the plumbing fixed, and the anchors in, we can start running the actual wiring to these outlet boxes and switch boxes, and then we can be able to put insulation in. So maybe get a little bit done tomorrow, but probably mostly the next day. Kim, anything to add?
Nope,
She's hiding behind the furnace because she doesn't want to be in the video.
nothing to add.
Didn't make herself beautiful enough today. All right. See you tomorrow. All right. So we got the plumbing addressed. It's moved up and going through the joist now as opposed to under the joist. So it's not in the way of the ceiling and stuff. This is the PEX A with expansion fittings, which is not what I've used before. I've used the PEX B with the cinch fittings. So this took a little bit of couple tries before I got it on right, or got it to seal right. Didn't have the thing expanded enough, or didn't put the fitting in quickly enough, and it would start to close down, and didn't get it the whole way in. So I think we're good now, and we only cut one place and then put an inline connector there. This one we just left because this, where this exhaust duct from the water heater goes up, we're gonna have to box around that anyway, so it doesn't really matter if that one's underneath the joist, even though I don't like it there, but it doesn't really affect anything. All right, end of the day today. Got some stuff done, right? Not a whole ton because I had to work most of the day, and so I could only work afterwards. And now it's dark outside, so I can't cut the power to all the lights down here since they're all on one circuit to connect the light wiring. But we got bulkhead around the ductwork here so that it's framed out. We can cover it with drywall and the ceiling. And in the closet as well. Got it framed underneath the ductwork so that we can put a ceiling in there. Got the light box mounted there as well. And we also got the rough wiring done for all the outlets in this room. So we got 2 on this wall, 2 on that wall, 3 on that wall. Was one up there for the TV, one over here on this short wall. So those are done. I mean, they're not done, they're pulled. Obviously, I need to tighten it up and straighten it a little bit, but I left slack, so in case I need more when I'm putting the outlets in. We got some, and then I got to put a junction box over there because all the lights down here are currently on one circuit with a switch way over there by the door. And the light in here is at the end of that circuit. So that's not very convenient because if I pull a switch off for this light, it'll be dependent on that switch over there being on. So I got to put a junction box ahead of that switch, pull another branch over here into this room, and then another junction box here, and one to a switch for the light in the room and one to the switch for the light in the closet. Should be pretty good. There's already a pathway through the joist for stuff almost the whole way to this room that goes into the utility room that I can just fish through. So there's only a couple of holes I need to make in the joist to get into this room, and then I can run a parallel to the joist for a lot of it after that. So that will be the plan tomorrow after I get new tires on Kim's car in the morning and then work. We'll work on getting the light pulled, the light wiring pulled, and then it'll be time to start putting up insulation. Exciting times.